Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Have you wondered how much sugar you should be storing for your prepper pantry or your long-term food storage? The average American consumes 150 pounds of sugar every single year. Does that mean you should stockpile 150 pounds of sugar? Not necessarily. When you think about sugar, think about sweeteners and all of the ways that you eat things that are sweetened. Break sugar down into broad categories that you use. Think about granulated sugar, brown sugar, honey, syrups, jams and jellies, mixes like Jell-O or drink mixes, and other syrups like molasses and corn syrup. Basic granulated and brown sugars store very well for long periods of time. Granulated sugar, store it so it stays completely dry. You want to keep moisture out of it. I like to store it in canning jars. You can store it in airtight containers. You can even buy it in number 10 cans. Brown sugar is the opposite. You need to keep it moist. There's moisture in brown sugar that will dry out and make it hard as a rock. So you want to keep the moisture in. Store it in airtight containers. And you can also buy brown sugar in number 10 cans. Think about the syrups that are sugary. Maple syrup is natural and it can last forever. So is honey is a natural sweetener and it also can last forever. Store your syrups in a cool, dry place away from the light. If you enjoy jams and jellies, stockpile those. They have a long shelf life for many years. Find your favorites and get a variety. Store your jams and jellies in a cool, dry place away from the light. Think about canned and processed foods that come already with sugar in them. Canned fruits, for example, fruit has natural sugars and lots of times it's packed in light syrup, and the syrup or the juice that it's packed with contains sugar. Foods like crackers, cookies, and cereal are made with sugar, so it's already part of the food. So think of sugar in categories. Online, I found the LDS food storage calculator, and it calculated approximately how many pounds of each type of sugar that should be stored for one person. Their total recommendation is 60 pounds per person. They recommend granulated sugar, 7 pounds, brown sugar, 8 pounds, honey, 6 pounds, syrup, 6 pounds, jams and jellies, 8 pounds, Jell-O, 2 pounds, and fill in with the amounts that you would use of drink mixes, molasses, and corn syrup. I looked at the categories that I enjoy, and those are the foods that I made sure I had enough of to suit what my needs are. The LDS food storage calculator breaks it all down into pounds, rather than trying to figure out how many ounces of syrup or jars of jelly. They've put it into pounds so that you can easily keep track and compare. So it's an easy way to calculate how much you have of each item and how much you have towards your recommended total. I also like to use a meal preparation plan. Keep track of the foods that you use and then figure out how much you would need for the weeks, months, or the year, whatever is the amount of food storage that you plan on stockpiling for your family. Food storage doesn't have to be overwhelming. Break it down into foods that you actually use, foods that store well, and foods that you plan on using going forward. If you're never going to use something like corn syrup, don't get it just because it's on someone's list. Make your food stockpile meet the needs of you and your family and the meals that you choose to eat and prepare. The best advice is to stockpile the food and supplies you would never want to go without. That's the things you want to make sure that you have enough of. Learn more at alaskagranny.com. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.